with a disabled, probably 4 disabled kids, and a disabled mom struggling in Riverside County to save their house, and got them in. They had tax liens. They had a huge judgment against them. I got them in a Chapter 13 5-year plan. When it's finished, they will have a free and clear house and wipe out probably $500,000 of debt. We wiped out 3 liens on their house, and they're about 16 months away from finishing.
So, That's what I really appreciate about what you do. You know, it's easy to think about your job is to rescue people who haven't been responsible, but really, you know, the things that you've talked to me about is how you're helping people who are struggling, and that's that's what I really appreciate about your practice. So thank you. So yeah, let's definitely open up the floor to questions.
Yes.
How long do chapter and section 7 and 13 stay on someone's record?
It's 10 years by law on a 7 and 7 years on a 13, which ends up being 10 years anyway because the 13 lasts longer. But people can recover and increase their credit score right after the case is over by paying their new bills on time. I always give them advice about how to get new secured credit cards that they can convert into other forms of credit, unsecured credit later on. Yes, Mike?
Do you work out debt with people, like if somebody who's a debtor of creditor of money? Can you work out those deals?
I do, yeah. If it's 1 or 2 problem cases, I do. If somebody has 10 credit cards that you want to settle, I have another person that does that. I deal with situations all the time that don't involve bankruptcy, such as somebody filed a bankruptcy and they still have a lien on their record and it never gotten taken care of, and we find ways to get it taken off so that they can actually sell or refinance.
You've heard of companies like LegalZoom or Meet People or whatever, where people try to do bank, and I'm not the plant, by the way. They try to do bankruptcy by themselves. Do you ever inherit those or they're problematic and you've got?
I do, and actually, people can't always afford me, and we do offer a lower fee for people who. We do offer an attorney-assisted lower fee service, but also we refer people to free services and but yeah, all the time. Not so much pro per cases, but cases that other inexperienced bankruptcy attorneys have sort of not handled well. Those are the ones we take on a lot. A lot.
Who are your best referral sources?
Other attorneys and people in real estate and people in debt settlement, people, CPAs, financial services. But really, just keep your ears open. People who are divorcing, people with medical problems, people who have lost their jobs. It's out there.
What are the biggest causes of bankruptcy in the United States?
The press says it's medical problems, but I don't know. In my experience, it's more divorce and then kind of job loss. Yeah, job loss is the big one.
So what I hear you saying is that if we hear someone talk about that they're having some medical issues, if they're getting divorced, that those are some potential good referrals for you. Do I have that right?
Absolutely.
Okay, and so apart from those two, what are the other things that we should be listening for that would make us say, hey, you should talk to my friend Michael Chekian?
Gosh, I haven't filed my tax returns in several years.
Oh, well then I should talk to you.
There's what else can I say? People that just got sued. I can't pay my visa bill this month, I'm happy to help people that can't afford me. And I would say it's a fraction. It's less than 50% of the people I talk to that actually hire me, but I'm happy to steer people in other ways. So even if you have someone that you know can't afford a lawyer, have them call me, because I find solutions and I'm happy to help. I mean, it's part of what I do.
Great.
Yes, sir.
I brought my stepmother to Mr. Chekian, and actually he was getting sued by somebody for a huge amount of money. And that's why she wanted to file bankruptcy, and I brought him to tonight, and we were in a session for almost 4 hours, so we took time, and helped her a lot with that, and she was very happy at the end. And I just really want to thank you for that. So,
Thank you very
very
much.
honest.
So thank you, Michael. That's all the time we have. If you have more questions, please see him after the meeting.
An all-time low, and I'm happy about it because I work in LA. It's a huge market. It doesn't matter. We can have an up market, a down market. There's so much business because there's always people in trouble in Los Angeles. If I was living in Modesto, different story. But so there's my office. I'm across the street for doing Olympic. There's me hanging out, Olympic Boulevard in the background. There's my office. Actually, I'm not up that high. I'm on the second floor. This is my second office. This is Il Moro. It's a little bar on the bottom floor. Don't let the bar faze you. This is actually my library. It's where I get my best ideas. And I'm there every day from 5 to 6 to 7. In the morning and in the afternoon. Open invitation for anyone who wants to join me. Here's me showing off. I'm I'm current tennis player, but I played college tennis. This is how I keep myself sane. I travel. Some of you have timeshares or vacation homes in Tahoe or Palm Springs. Mine's in Thailand, so I try to go every 30 to 45 days on a long weekend. So I'm a fix and flipper. This is my current house. It's a little tiny house on top of the hill in East LA City Terrace. So I'm trying to fix that one up. And then this is my former place in the Eastern Art Deco building where Johnny Depp, which you may have heard, is trying to sell his penthouses. So I sold, I bought it on a short sale, made good money there. This is my first purchase in West Hollywood, right behind the Argyle and the Standard, and I sold at the height of the market there. I got really lucky. So my background, why I got into law is probably started in 4th grade. My teacher made us do endless book reports and oral and written presentations, and that's where I started to read and write a lot, and it continued in high school where I had a teacher. I thought I wrote a great 15-page report, and he's like, "Is that all you got?" And so I wrote a 35-page report, and he's like, "All right, that's okay, kid." And then in college, I was a history major, and we had colloquiums where we had to read a book every week and read and write about it. And I learned that you had to have a point of view about history, not just memorize facts, and that's what it's like to be a lawyer, is you have to represent your client and talk about the facts in the best light to them. I'm a certified specialist in bankruptcy law. I passed, in addition to passing the bar, I passed the one-day test, 4 hours in the morning of multiple choice and 4 hours essay. And so I have that designation. Chapter 7 is where I try to fit my clients who are debtors. It's a very convenient, fast, easy way to get maximum results, and you can have millions of dollars of debt and potentially wipe it out, but you have to skillfully protect assets as well and be aware of transfers. And Chapter 13 is for smaller scale people who want to catch up on home loans and wipe out tax liens over 3 to 5 years. Higher income companies and individuals who have higher debt file Chapter 11, and we help creditors and debtors on those in those chapters. The bread and butter of my law practice is litigation and motions. I get the problem cases from other bankruptcy lawyers and from other litigation attorneys who are trying to, as creditors or debtors, work their way through bankruptcy cases. And to brag a little, I got my first published decision in my favor this spring and summer, where in a case of first impression, the court ruled that a debtor can protect inherited pensions.
That's a big deal.
And so, how can you refer cases to me? Really, it's not cocktail party talk, I get it. I know a great bankruptcy lawyer, but if you know other people in real estate, other lawyers, other bankruptcy lawyers, people who have a lot of money, maybe getting sued by bankruptcy trustees to recover payments. So, you know, I represent rich and famous people as well as down and out people. So people in the title industry as well. And so that's it. And I always offer free consultations. And I'm known as the polite attorney. I never make people feel small. I always try to create a positive attitude because I recognize that it's a very difficult situation, whether you're a creditor or debtor when you have a bankruptcy situation. Are there any questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Before we go to questions, would you tell us a story of a great success that you had with a client?